What's up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm sure you guys have figured out by now that I film a lot of testing new drugstore makeup videos, okay? Like a lot. I spend a ridiculous amount of money trying new makeup and trying to find the best of the best. And honestly, most of the time I come out pretty disappointed. I'm looking for mind blown. Like I'm looking for wow factor status, and like I want to be excited about something after I use it. Like I want to be hyped up about my makeup. With that being said, today is a compilation of the best new makeup, drugstore and affordable, that I've tried over the last few months that hits all the boxes. These are things that you should actually spend your money on if you're gonna do so. The way I look at it is I spend my money so you don't have to. So let's talk about all of the best new makeup so that you don't have to weed through all the bad. You know where to go. The first thing I want to talk about is this NYX Ultimate Paradise Shock palette. This is such a high quality, beautiful eyeshadow formulation, but also not just the formulation itself. This color story is beautiful. It's got some more tame colors in here for sure, but this is something that if you like tame, if you like neutral, but sometimes you like to play in color, like sometimes you like to think outside the box, then you can really get creative with this one. Another one that I tried in that video that I'm still loving is this Maybelline Tattoo Studio 36 Hour Wear Brow Styling Gel. I use the shade Soft Brown, and this is one that I've really gotten a lot of use out of. Like I've really enjoyed this on a daily basis. Like I feel like it does such a good job at filling in sparse areas and kind of removes the need to go in afterwards with like a brow powder or a brow pencil and do extra filling. Whenever I use this, I only use this. The Essence Lash Like a Boss mascara. This is probably one of the only mascaras here recently that I've tried and have been completely mind blown by. So I talked about this in my testing new makeup from Essence video. Again, all videos will be up here in the little card, so make sure you check those out after you watch this one. But I feel like Essence has really been dropping the ball over the last few years because I feel like the mascaras, which mascaras are what they're known for, but I just feel like they're just not hitting the same. This one hits, okay, and it hits hard. It's got one of those really nice curved wands, which I feel like is really good for just hugging each lash and, you know, really amping up each one, but just giving a lot of volume and length and drama. The Physicians Formula Butter Glow Liquid Bronzer. This, I feel like, is pretty unique for the drugstore. I don't really see enough liquid bronzers. Like everything's cream or powder, and I feel like this coming to the drugstore is pretty game changing. What would be even better and more game changing would be if they actually did a shade selection instead of just one freaking shade. This would not work for anyone above light to medium. So yeah, if this one shade does work for you, this is a very, very nice formula. And I just feel like this kind of formula, like this kind of finish and texture just looks so natural. Like I'm so glad that we're kind of getting away from a matte bronze look. For me, this is a really good shade because it's not too light, it's not too dark, and it's also not too warm and orangey. Like I feel like this gives me and my skin tone a very natural, realistic bronzed effect, and it doesn't look fakey whatsoever. So yeah, if you can find a shade, meaning if you can get this shade to work for you, then this is a really nice formula, and it's also very long wearing. I may have already talked about this in like an update video of some sort, but I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it again. But this is the Wet n Wild Shadow Silk Liquid Eyeshadow. The shade that I'm showing is Neutral Terra. This is such a good liquid eyeshadow. Like it is so long wearing, and it's not too drying though. Like that's my biggest problem. I feel like a lot of eyeshadows, like liquid eyeshadows, they dry down way too fast, and then they just start kind of crusting up and flaking. You can't work with them. Definitely need more shades because look at this. Like I want every shade of brown possible. This one's a really pretty kind of blush, rosy pink brown in a way. Like it's one of those that's really pretty by itself, like for a one and done kind of look. But yeah, stays put all day long. I don't get creasing, I don't get fading. Another one that I talked about in my most recent testing new drugstore makeup video, or I don't know when this video is going to come out, so it may not be my most recent, but this is the Maybelline Color Tattoo 24 Hour Eye Sticks. So these are just cream eyeshadow sticks. The shade in particular that I've loved is I Am Confident, which is just a flat ass vanilla nude shade, and it is matte. So for me, I love this as eye primer. If you've watched me for any length of time whatsoever, you'll know that my thing is concealing eye primers. Even without setting it, it doesn't crease. Yeah, love these. The next thing I have is a face palette. So this is the Essence Peachy Blossom Blush and Highlighter Palette. I'm not a big face palette person. Like I'm someone that looks at face palettes as being pretty wasteful actually. Problem I find is that most face palettes, like you pick and choose what you like from them, and a lot of the palette goes to waste. So you may have one or two shades in the palette that have hit pan or that you use a lot, but then the other shades are just kind of sitting there like, hey, what about me? But this palette is one that I actually like everything about it. And the formula the formula. So yeah, you get 3 blush shades. This top one's matte, the middle one's matte, and then the bottom one has a little bit of shimmer to it, and then you get 2 shimmery highlighters. And whenever I first opened this up, I really had very low expectations from it. These blushes look airbrushed on the skin, and these highlighters, even swatching them, did nothing for me. The amount of glow that these give, like to look so boring and dull and lackluster, like these give a tremendous amount of sheen, radiance, glow. I don't even have highlighter on right now, so let's just go ahead and apply some. See, I'm gonna go into that more gold champagne on this side, and look at that. These, I feel like, kind of mimic creams in the way they look. Like they kind of look like a cream highlighter. So there's the gold one. I'm gonna go on this side with the pink one, which I normally don't like pink highlighters, period. A lot of times they wash me out. They just don't suit my skin tone. They kind of cause an off balance, but look at it. A very finely milled texture, very thin on the skin. And I feel like even if you're someone that has a lot of texture and stuff, and you are someone like me that kind of steers away from powder highlighters a lot, I think you would still like this. The next one is one that I've actually not showcased yet. Like I've actually not talked about this on my channel yet. I do plan on doing like some kind of video where I talk about this, but this is the Essence Welcome to Sin City eyeshadow palette. This is an all shimmer palette, and normally I don't like all shimmer palettes because I don't like to have to get out multiple palettes on my desk to do my makeup. Like I like to have everything I need in one palette, but then I swatched it. This feels like something from Natasha Denona, or what I imagine to feel like Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath or Huda Beauty, or you know, something that is high-end and luxurious. Like this, can you see the sheen and the shine? And I wish you could feel these. Like if you go in Ulta, like go in store, go over to them and like touch this palette, like just touch it. You don't even have to buy it. Like I just want you to go touch it because the way these feel is magnificent. There's a few of those shades. Look at, oh my God, look at this one. Look at this little like coppery bronze shade here. Oh my God. They don't even feel like traditional powder eyeshadows. Look, that feels like a ColourPop Super Shock shadow. There's the bronze shade that looks a little more normal and a little more tame. Yeah, there's what the lineup looks like. Like, how is that $10? So I may be premature in putting this next product in here because technically I've not worn it on my eyes, but I have been playing with it a lot. Like I have swatched it a ton, and I've even been putting this on my daughter, okay? She freaks out over this eyeshadow. Just by how it goes on my little girl with no primer and, you know, nothing like what I do, I'm pretty confident I'm not gonna have any issues with it. This is the LA Girl Shade Shifter Duochrome Eyeshadow. It's just a little single pan eyeshadow in the shade Sunset. Can you see that? It's green. It's green and it's pink at the same time. It's very indie brand. Like I feel like a lot of indie brands specialize in these duochrome shade shifter kind of eyeshadows because you never see it on like the normal side of the makeup market, like the high-end side, the drugstore side. Like it's always indie brands that do that, and I don't know why. It feels like butter, number one. It's pressed in there very well, and look at that. That is truly so unique and innovative. But not only that, it has a mirror-like finish. There's not really shimmer or anything. Like it's just really pretty and reflective and metallic, but look at this. It feels so silky smooth, but there's no like fallout or kick up in the pan. Like it's pressed in there so well. The Kokie Double Time Full Cover Concealer. So just want to give you an update on this too. I love this formula so much. It is so milky smooth and creamy. Like this is one that it doesn't emphasize lines or my texture or milia. It covers up extremely well and it lasts so well. Fun fact, I actually wore this yesterday for an outdoor all-day music festival. How long did I wear this for? Let's see, I got done with my makeup around 10 and we got back at like 2. Math. 14 hours. I wore this yesterday for 14 hours for under eye concealer. There was not a crease, there was no cakiness, there was no patchiness. It didn't look dried and crusty and crepey and aged. Like this held up so well. Yeah, full coverage. I would consider the finish to be like a creamy satin matte kind of finish. So good. Haven't talked about these either, so I'm not sure how new these are, but they are new to me. These are the Morphe 2 Perk Up Cheek and Lip Colors. And disclaimer, I don't like Morphe. I don't like to buy from Morphe. I don't like to showcase Morphe on my channel. I don't like to support them. But I was in Ulta the other day and I was looking for like a cream blush stick that I could double as like a quick lip gloss lip balm situation. I want a specific color that sometimes you can only find in blushes. And I could not find anything else that was a color that I was looking for. So that's why I decided to, you know, land on these, and I'm actually very impressed with them. I have the shade Hibiscus Hottie and Pink Me Up on hand right now. So yeah, here is Hibiscus Hottie, and this was the color that I was looking for. Like, I really wanted something, like, you may look at this and say, oh, that's a pretty common lipstick shade, but when you start looking, it's kind of not. It has that reddish undertone to it, so it kind of gives you that naturally sunburnt kind of look that's very on trend right now. So not only do I love this shade, but it blends out to perfection. They are so creamy and glidey, but they do have some set down to them too. So even without putting a powder blush on top, they last very, very well, like all day for me. Like, these hold up extremely well on my skin. And then here is Pink Me Up. So this is one that is kind of like your NARS Orgasmy kind of shade. I'm not sure if this is the exact same tone and same depth as that one. I feel like this one's a tad bit more light and more pinky, but it does have a really subtle gold sheen throughout the formula. Yeah, so pretty. Last couple of things I'll just kind of make quick. So I love the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Brass. This is a new shade from them. They have so many shades. Like, kudos to Maybelline for taking something that's done really well and actually expanding on it instead of just keeping it stagnant for years. But this one's really pretty. It looks kind of clear whenever I swatch it, but on the lips it does give me a good amount of color. But this one, like, I don't know if you guys can see this on camera. It is the prettiest pinky kind of tone with a really high impact gold. I had this out yesterday at that music festival. Like, I was just looking at it in the sun and just kind of, I was just mesmerized, honestly. I truly wanted to get out my phone and make like a traditional Instagram video just showcasing this random ass lip gloss, but I thought, you know, maybe today's not the day. And then another one, another Morphe product that I really don't want to recommend, but I actually talked about this in, I think it was like my best underrated drugstore makeup video not too long ago. I'll put it up here, but this is the Morphe Make It Big plumping lip gloss. This one's in the shade So Fire. In that same Ulta trip, I was looking for an orangey tone lip gloss, but I didn't want it to be so pigmented that it just looked like straight up orange on my lips. And I feel like a lot of lip glosses that I saw, like when I swatched them, they were too orange. So this one had the right amount of opacity to translucency. Here's what So Fire looks like. So it's this really pretty, like, reddish orange, but it has gold shimmer, and it just makes your lips look so glossy and juicy. And like I said, I don't need a lip liner with this. Not only that though, it is so nice and tingly and cooling, and it lasts forever. I can put this on early in the day and still feel it like 6 hours later. Like, this is one that I trust it. Yeah, it's just kind of everything that I'm looking for right now. In the comments below, I want to know what is your favorite most recent find. So yeah, drop it down there. Give this video a big old thumbs up if you enjoyed it. There's a couple more videos to check out next, and just venture around, make yourself at home. Subscribe if you're not already, enter the notification bell to always see my stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.